They can name over 500 medicines, by touch, by sight, under the moonlight. No labs, no doctors, no textbooks. This is the wisdom erased from your history books, buried so you would never know. Remember when I asked if the shamans are truly that powerful? Yes, this is the proof. For centuries, the world laughed at the idea that shamans could heal with leaves and chants. But what if I told you, science still can't explain what the Yanomami already mastered? Power that breaks fevers, power that cures poison, power that has kept the Yanomami alive while empires collapsed around them. When nearby tribes came seeking guidance, broken and displaced, their villages ruined, the Yanomami were powerful enough to lend a helping hand. The shamans were in every beat, in every sound of the forest. They are the antidote. Shamans are described as tireless warriors of the invisible, protecting their people from human and non-human forces. Every plant remedy is amplified by the spirits. They said there are no such plants. They warned you could die from them. They said, not FDA approved. They called it fairy tale. This is the Yanomami. You were told it was myth. You were told by your 8th grade social studies teacher, your professors, even your librarians, that it was a joke. But in 1989, Davi Kobanawa Yanomamo, a renowned shaman, a voice of the forest, shattered that illusion. Davi Kobanawa isn't just a shaman and activist. He's also an author whose words reached the world through the falling sky, co-authored with anthropologist Bruce Albert, first published in French in 2010, later translated into English by Harvard University Press in 2013. Princeton, Harvard, the world's top minds, analyzed these myths of cures. They confirmed it. This is the real deal. Stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal will change how you see every pill in your cabinet. The Yanomami knew many treatments. When the tarantula wrath struck, not a bite, but an unseen curse of sorcery. It brought illusions, confusion, and fear. Here's to battle. The shaman did not surrender. They rubbed their bodies with grated puthotho fruits, with puhanaki leaves, with shavings from the huapomahi, raina tihi, and wapo kohi trees. Each plant was a shield. Each leaf a weapon against the invisible. What outsiders mocked as superstition, the shaman revealed as medicine. What was dismissed as myth became survival. From the bark of the cinchona tree comes quinine, the ancient medicine that breaks fevers and strikes at malaria. Yet even with this cure, the rainforest remains a battlefield. Mosquitoes rise as high as the canopy, drifting through every shadow, every breath. No place is untouched. Daily life continues. Hunting, fishing, survival, sleeping. Yet even here, the bite comes. Still, the fire burns, a blaze of defiance against the sickness. From these flames comes sustenance, from this smoke resilience. Spondius mombin, the hogplum tree as we know it. Its fruits and leaves are more than nourishment, they are medicine. Used to treat frailty, fever, and the diseases brought in by outsiders. A remedy rooted in memory, guided by shamans and passed through generations. This is not folklore. This is pharmacology of the forest. When the Yanomami hunted monkeys high in the canopy, the reward came with hidden danger. Even charred over fire, the meat carried risks, bacteria, parasites, and pathogens uncommon to the human body. When sickness struck, parasites gnawing at the stomach, infections spreading, the shaman arrived to heal. With Banisteriopsis, Kaapi, the sacred ayahuasca vine, he unlocked the hidden potency of the forest. Every plant that breathes was intensified through his hands. Heavy research, decades of fieldwork, and the voices of the Yanomami themselves silenced the doubt. What outsiders called myth, science now calls medicine. The Manual of Yanomami Traditional Medicine, Hueri Mamotima Tha Pe An Oni, documented more than 500 potent botanicals. Backed by Instituto Socioambiental, reinforced by Harvard, Princeton, and Kew Gardens, the research proved what the Yanomami had always known. The forest heals. I repeated it. I reinforced it. I meant it. This is the real deal. The shaman. I repeat again and again, the shaman. Through his spiritual connection, through the sacred tool of Yapo, the forest reveals its hidden potency. You might still be wondering, do these plants, do these rainforests truly hold power? Do they really cure? The answer is yes. Not by myth, not by rumor, but by decades of study, documented research, and global recognition. And behind that recognition stands a force of protection, the Socio-Environmental Institute, ISA. Founded in 1994, ISA is a non-profit Brazilian civil society organization committed to defending the rights of indigenous peoples, traditional communities, and the ecosystems they call home. The Yanomami today remain exactly what they have always been, guardians of a world most of us will never fully understand. The medicines we've shown you are only a fragment, a sliver of the vast knowledge they carry. Knowledge earned through centuries of observation, ritual, and communion with the forest. Against every force that breaks tribes apart, disease, displacement, exploitation, the slow erosion of culture, the Yanomami remain. They remain because their roots run deeper than any threat. They remain because their belief is not a costume, not a performance, not a relic. It is a living system, a spiritual architecture older than any nation on earth. They are still here, still practicing, still healing, still defending the unseen forces that sustain life in the Amazon. This is the Yanomami in their true form. Highly spiritual, fiercely resilient, masters of the rainforest. A people who have held their ground not through violence, but through knowledge. Not through conquest, but through connection. Not through power, but through presence. The forest speaks, the shaman listens, and through them, the ancient world still breathes. The forest has never been silent. It speaks through vines, through leaves, through the hands of those who listen. The Yanomami knew its medicine long before the world learned to name it. Their manual is more than knowledge. It is survival. A record forged through epidemics, invasions, and generations of healing. A record now studied by Harvard, Princeton, and the world's leading researchers. Not to validate the Yanomami, but to finally understand them. But medicine only lives if the forest lives. And the forest only lives if its guardians endure. Protect the people who protect the cure. Honor the knowledge that has healed for centuries, because the future of medicine is not waiting in a laboratory. It is growing, breathing, and fighting to survive in the Amazon. You've witnessed the medicine. You've seen the knowledge, the struggle, the survival. Now become part of the circle that protects it. Subscribe, like, and share this story. Not for the algorithm, but for the legacy. Every comment, every voice, every person who joins this community strengthens the shield around the Yanomami and the forest they defend. Stand with the people who stand with the earth. Be part of the movement that keeps this knowledge alive.
Yo